Welcome, everybody. So glad you're here this evening for our regular city council meeting. As such, being a regular city council meeting, that means the rules of decorum are in place. If you need to talk to somebody, please step outside instead of whispering during the meeting. It's a little bit distracting. And with that, I'm calling the meeting to order, 5:30 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Okay, please be seated. City Secretary, we have a quorum this evening. We have 4 council members that are present and 1 who is on Zoom. Robert Lucas is on Zoom today. He is working out of town.
Thank you.
Proof of notice of meeting, please.
Thank you, Mayor. The notice of this meeting was posted by 2 p.m. on February 11th, 2026. And I would like to remind Councilor Lucas that if he wants to participate in his vote to count, we need two-way audio and video the whole time.
Yes.
Under
Councilmember Lucas, can you turn on your audio and video and leave it on so that you can vote this evening? Okay. We'll check back in with Councilmember Lucas in just a moment. Let's move on to public comments. Public comments during this section, you have 3 minutes in which you can speak. Please come to the podium, state your name, your ward, and remember that council cannot respond to you. City Secretary, do we have any public comments this evening?
Yes, we do. First up, we have Rosalind Stanford from Ward 5. We'll be speaking on action item C, resolution 2026-0212 regarding the city pool.
Rosalind, just state your name for the video.
Rosalind Stanford, and I'm here just strictly out of gratitude for the city and for the pool that you provide us. I'm one of up to 30 women that do a water aerobics class at 5 o'clock in the summer. And I have Robert Smith is here. He's also in the pool. And a lot of the people have had knee replacements, hip replacements. It's just a really healthy thing for the community, and we're grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. City Secretary, do we have any other public comments?
We do. We have Dennis Foley, Ward 5, speaking on action item C, resolution 2026-0212 regarding the city pool.
Okay. And Dennis, if you just state your name and your ward for the video.
Hi, I'm Dennis Foley. I live in Ward 5 and also here to speak in favor of the funding of the pool repairs. Our pool is a place of joy in our city. It's used by a lot of families, especially families with young children who are there literally to play, but also to learn to swim, which is a life skill in my book, to learn the safety in water, very important, because drowning, of course, is a risk if you don't have some knowledge and comfort with the water. And perhaps most importantly, to gain confidence by swimming and knowing that they can do something that they didn't know how to do before and get excited about and have fun with. So thank you for making sure that's available to our citizens.
Thank you. City Secretary, any more public comments?
We had one more public comment, but they withdrew after they submitted it.
Okay.
So that concludes public comments this evening.
Okay. And then moving on to public hearings, there are none this evening. So moving on to public presentations. Presentations and recognitions, there are none. No proclamations. Community interest items. City Secretary, each member gets 1 minute on the clock. And we'll start with the mayor announcements. I want to remind everyone that Cowboy Poetry kicks off this weekend, Friday, February 20th through Saturday, the 24th. You can get information, scheduling, etc. online at LoneStarCowboyPoetry.com. The Sewell Ross State University Scholarship Rodeo, 1 p.m. on Saturday, the 21st. Then April 17th through 19th, we have the Alpine Gem and Mineral Show coming up. April 18th, we have Dark Sky Celebration and Earth Day Celebration here in Alpine. May 1st and 2nd marks the return of our Cinco de Mayo celebrations. on historic Murphy Street. Mary Ann Lujan is in charge of that. She is looking for vendors. There's also going to be a car show and Junior Miss and Little Miss contestants competition. You can reach her at 432-294-2370. Okay, 1 minute on the clock for our city manager.
Mayor and council, we have a 2026 Texas Pipeline Safety Program at Granada, February 18th at 6 p.m. It is being sponsored by our gas department. We have the city talked with city manager on February 19th at 9:15 a.m. We have the city of Alpine advises the public that keep Alpine Beautiful will host a free tree giveaway on Saturday, February 21st from 10 to 2 p.m. The community is invited to pick up 1 tree per vehicle. Location Coconut Municipal Park by the baseball fields. March 2026 bulk pickup schedule. It's on our website. The next monthly bulk pickup will occur the week of Monday, March the 2nd. And residents must schedule their pickup with Texas Disposal Systems the week prior. Downtown Texas Regional Roundtable, July 2026. Visit Alpine is proud to announce that the city has been officially selected to host the Texas Downtown Regional Roundtable. This event is scheduled to take place July 9th through the 10th, 2026. As a cultural and educational hub of the Big Bend region, Alpine will serve as the backdrop for 2 days of learning, networking, and celebrating downtown revitalization.
Okay.
And then Alpine Community Projects. This is from Kirsten Moody. There's on February 19th, 3 to 5 entrepreneur meetup. Then the Spring Garden Workdays at the old schoolhouse. Please join us in making the front yard more beautiful and useful. March 15th, 9 a.m. to noon. March 17th from 3 to 6 p.m. and April 9th, 4 to 7. And they're working on the Elder Care Work Group meeting, April the 8th at 5:30. And then also they're working on a summer program for children. More details to follow.
Great, thank you.
Let's see, and I believe that's it.
Okay, great, thank you. Councilmember Stevens.
I've got nothing there, thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Escobedo. Councilmember Martinez. Councilmember Portillo.
No, ma'am.
Councilmember Lucas.
No, ma'am. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to changes to posted agenda. Council, are there any items to be continued or withdrawn? Seeing none, council, are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, council, are there any action items to be added to the consent agenda? Okay. Council, are there any time-sensitive items? Councilmember Stevens?
Mayor, I'd like to ask that item 15B under executive session be a time-sensitive item.
Okay, so item 15B under executive session will be a time-sensitive item, so we will consider that next. So this brings us to item 15B.
One more.
Oh, okay.
Mayor, on time sensitive, action item 12C. Approve resolution and acknowledging the critical conditions at the city swimming pool. We do have a visitor here from Austin
Okay.
that has some details in regards to that.
Okay, 12C. All right, so moving to executive session pursuant to chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, the city council reserves the right to convene into executive session from time to time as deemed necessary during this meeting for any posted agenda item or to receive advice from the city attorney as permitted by law. The city council tonight will recess into executive session pursuant to section 551.072 deliberation of real property. May I get a motion to move into executive session?
Executive session.
May I get a second? I second. Any discussion? Let's vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right.
Councilmember Lucas?
Aye.
Okay. All right, so city secretary, we are recessing into executive session at 5:39 p.m. Hey, everybody, if you would wait outside, we will let you know as soon as this deliberation's over.
I'd like to include Chris Ruggia and Michelle Foster.
Okay, Chris Ruggia and Michelle Foster, you are part of this executive session.
Yeah.
Well, but we have a bunch of other people.
Yeah, everybody needs to go. except for Chris Ruggia and Michelle Foster. Okay.
Pictures. So, I think she got luminary. I was there. I was there. It's beautiful.
May I have a motion to reconvene into open session?
Back to open session.
I need a second.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Okay, let's vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Councilmember Burgess.
Aye.
Okay, City Secretary, we're reconvening back into open session at 6:04 PM. Okay, may I have a motion for action after executive?
Mayor, I move that the city of Alpine take action to purchase the property for sale at the corner of Holland and Fifth Avenue to accept the counter offer of $295,000 and that the seller pay for title insurance.
Okay, may I have a second? Any discussion? Okay, let's vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Councilmember Burgess.
Aye.
City Secretary, Council voted unanimously to accept the counter proposal of $295 and the seller pays for title insurance.
I think second that one.
Councilmember
Okay,
Martinez.
awesome. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Okay, so moving back to time sensitive items, we're going to move on to item 12C. Okay, city manager, if you would kindly read out 12C.
Mayor and Council 12C, approve resolution 2026-02-12, a resolution acknowledging critical conditions at the city swimming pool, finding that major repairs and upgrades are necessary to preserve a significant public amenity, authorizing preliminary approval to proceed with project planning, cost negotiations, and financing options, acknowledging the use of the cooperative purchasing method for certain services and providing for future council action regarding final scope, procurement method, and expenditure of funds.
I need a motion.
Mayor, I move that the city council approve resolution 2026-02-12 as presented.
I need a second.
Second.
Okay, and discussion, and we'll start with our city manager.
Okay, so we do have our parks department here, and we've been working with representative from Landmark Aquatic, and he is on the buy board. And so he is here and to go over the proposal that he has and the details in regards.
And the proposal is included in your black folder.
In the black folder, okay, great. And we also have our pool advisor online with any questions for him.
Okay.
How's it going? Good. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Alex Salcedo. I'm with Landmark Aquatic, with the Austin division. I put together a proposal for you guys for a renovation for your city pool. If you guys have any questions or concerns with the proposal, that's what I'm here to do today, is to help answer those questions and,
Maybe if you can lead us through the.
yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yes.
So, starting with what we put together was a few items that started as individual quotes. Maybe about 3 to 4 months ago, we did a leak detection on the pool. We found that, at that point, the pool needed some much needed work. After meeting with the city and with Donnie, we discussed some options for the pool. One of those options is going to be the PVC liner for the pool. So there's different ways you can resurface a swimming pool. You can do plaster, you can do a PVC liner, or you can do paint. Considering the condition of the pool and the pool's age and the fact that the pool has about 100 linear feet of caulking joints on the interior. My team and I figured that a liner would be your best bet. So one, it acts as a second waterproofing barrier for your pool. Then additionally, we recommended, then of course with that, it's a 10-year warranty item. So the liner is a 60 mil liner. It's like I said, it's got a secondary waterproofing effect to it. So it pretty much seals the interior of your pool. It's got excuse me, my mouth's like super dry. I got cotton mouth today. It's got new swim lanes as well. So on the deep end of the pool, we want to incorporate swim lanes. So it gives the lap swimmers an option to swim, and they know where they're in a straight line that they're going down. You got wall targets. So if you guys ever wanted to incorporate like swim lessons and competitive swimming, you'd have that option to provide to your city. Let's see, everything is all hot air welded, so there's no glued seams, there's no, I mean, it all comes in like strips, the liner, and we hot weld it. And all those hot seams come with a 10-year warranty against any leaks or delamination of the liner. All new depth markers will be included with that too. At the main drain, we replaced those main drain covers as well. Those are all VGB compliant main drains that it's supposed to be replaced after so many years. So that's all being included. So everything pretty much with the liner system, it's all inclusive. Moving on, we have the filter system rehabilitation. That's reutilizing your existing filtration, but opening them up, rebuilding them internally. So putting all fresh media in there. So you have an efficient flowing system. Sand on regular is supposed to be replaced every 3 to 5 years. So it's something we always recommend as a regular maintenance item for your pool. With that being said, anytime you pull all that sand out of those filters, you're talking about several tens of thousands of pounds of sand. There's laterals at the bottom of the pool that keep all the sand inside those filters. We've included that within this proposal as well too, because it's one of those things you just want to do it right the first time, so you're not having to come back out here, rip everything apart, pull all that sand back out, and put it all back in for a repair. That should have been done with the sand.
I think there were some questions from our pool advisor about the laterals, the filter and that. I don't know. Did you have questions regarding that? Alpine Pool Spa? No? Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah. Then moving on from there, we have the circulation pump replacement. That was a very tough item for us to work through, just considering the age of the pump itself. Sourcing parts, I reached out to multiple vendors and I had zero luck finding parts that were available for that pump. So we went with a new pump recommendation. So it's a new pump and motor for the pool system. It's rated for your system, it's rated for your plumbing. With that, we've also included the required PVC to adapt this new pump to your system, and a new cement pedestal for the pump. So pump's going to sit nice and flat on the ground. It's going to be leveled, going to be properly supported and plumbed in accordingly. Then moving from that, we have the pool and expansion joint caulking replacement. This is one of those items that it has to work hand in hand with the liner, because if you guys did decide to approve the liner project, once that liner's in the pool, it's kind of hard to pull it back out and do the caulking joints again. So the caulking joints is another regular item that has to be done on a regular basis, with the pool being in the case that there's water, touching that caulking joint on a regular basis. So we usually recommend that annually, but since you're going to have a liner, since we want the liner option, you can make that caulking, outlive, the average lifespan of regular expansion joints. So, and that just protects, the expansion of the pools, they tend to shift with soil, especially a pool this size with that much amount of water in there. To my understanding, you guys are losing water, and that's a big key focus, is making sure those expansion joints are sealed up properly. And all those materials too, they're all rated for submerged water applications, and they're all chemical proof and all that stuff. So all those chemicals come with a pretty good warranty as well. We work with one vendor on those, and yeah, pretty much no questions asked on that one. long as water chemistry is up to par, but with the liner, like I said, it's just a secondary waterproofing material. So that would sit underneath the liner. Lane lines and transition ropes. We provided this proposal. So you're getting new lane lines. You're getting all new anchors. Some of the anchors were missing. I can't guarantee the stability of the existing anchors that are still in place. Once again, it's one of those items that, within my company we want to do the job right the first time rather than have to come back out and do it again. So all new anchors, all new lane lines. ADA pool lift. That's just, ADA it's a very key topic. You always want to be able to have, access to your facilities for handicapped individuals. This quote includes a portable system. So this system, it's got wheels and it's got a deployable stability system. So you can, when you're done with it, you can pack it up, put it away. And the reason why we recommend something like that is because most ADA lifts are sitting on the pool deck. And for the life of the ADA lift, it's getting exposed to the elements and the heat, and the weather tends to wear them down pretty quickly. So with this unit, you can pack it up at the end of the day, or when it's not in use, put it in storage, and whenever it's ready, you just wheel it out to the pool deck. Chemical controller and probes. This was a last minute item, very important item. You guys have a automated chemical system. So you always want to make sure your probes are operating properly, and those are what read the chemistry in the water. And it's what tells your controller to do, in essence. So if it calls for chlorine, you want to make sure it's getting an accurate reading. So very cost effective, very safe option to keep up to par with. So
Yeah, I believe we have a question, Mr.
Mhm.
Greenway.
Yeah, I had a question on, as far as the quote, and I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me. Was that for just the probes or the whole controller? Because I believe the controller is bad also.
So that's just for the probes. But we can provide you guys a proposal for a new controller with all new probes and flow cell and everything. So, but yeah, that's just for probes. If you guys do have any concerns with the existing controller, then I would definitely recommend going down the route with a new controller.
Well, I believe the controller, when we were out there before, I believe it is bad. And then the other proposal on the flow meter, that's the paddle switch basically, and the controller or the flow meter on that, right?
Yeah, so with this
Okay.
one, I included a paddle wheel, but it's an external paddle wheel.
Right. That's
It's a,
what's on the pool now, is a paddle wheel.
yeah, so it's a digital. It's got its own screen on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's completely apart from the controller. If you guys did opt for a new controller, we can get you a controller that has a built-in paddle wheel function. Just some options to work with there.
Okay. And then I had one quick question back on the pump replacement. So if I recall, y'all are going to remove the old existing pad that it's sitting on the pedestal and put that pump on the ground, or are you going to build a new pedestal?
No, we'll build a new pedestal for it.
You don't think the other one will line up, or?
Not at all, because these tech tops we work with, they come with a stainless steel structure at the bottom of it. So
Okay.
it connects your pump housing and your motor, and it pretty much
Right.
ties it all into one place. So you're not worrying about like pump and motor alignment.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll get all new pad poured at on day of installation. So
Got it.
then as far as the plumbing goes, I believe I included the required valves for like the discharge side and to replumb off the top side of the pump and all that. So
Right.
all
Okay.
schedule ready plumbing as well. So
Okay.
That's pretty much everything on that proposal. So it's the liner. Then another reason why we like to push for liners is because that's how you get the longest warranty. My company, Landmark Aquatic, from what I understand, we have the longest plaster warranty. So we're the only company you'll find probably within half of the nation that will push a 5-year warranty. And that's pretty much capped. Most plaster companies, I think Donnie can confirm this, they got maybe a 2-year warranty if you're lucky. But we really stand by our product, and the liner is done in-house as well. So we can push that threshold a little bit higher with the 10-year. So better bang for your buck, in my opinion.
What just for the council's benefit, What kind of timing are we looking at once that?
So timing, from point of approval, mobilization can happen as soon as, 4 to 5 weeks, I would put it. Project length is, you're looking at about, I don't know, 4 weeks tops. The liner itself is the longest part of the project. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks. But the crew we have here, so if you guys went with the full package, we assign one crew for the whole scope of service. So we don't have multiple crews coming in and out. That same crew well, it's 2 crews because you have your liner crew, but there's a crew that oversees that crew. And they're our renovation team. So they do, they'll do all the install for the anchors. They'll do the filter media replacement, the pump, cement work. So yeah, all in all, you're looking at about 4 weeks tops. With the liner being a 2 to 3 week process. So. Mhm.
So 4 to 5 weeks for you guys to come out.
To mobilize, yeah. As of right now, from the last time I checked, yeah, we're looking at about a 4 week lead time,
And then 4 to 5 weeks for completion.
about 4 weeks for completion. So
Okay, so I know council has a little bit of a sticker shock at
yeah.
at 371,
Mhm.
6370. So what are your thoughts on that?
So I mean, yeah, I know it's a pretty high number, but that is a pretty good number because considering that we're going through buy board. So through buy board, we offer set discounts. So on labor, you guys get a 10% discount on labor. Off the top of my head, not all the items apply, but most of these items apply for that discount. I was provided some competitive proposals that you guys received in the past for certain items like the pump. I was able to beat that. So I really went to bat for the city on this one. I took this to my boss and we really worked hard on crunching the numbers and trying to get the numbers down. With the full proposal inclusion, I was able to knock my numbers down even further. So I was able to get like, I think $1,550 knocked off and just travel alone. What I have here in my right hand is all the individual proposals. So all these individual proposals had travel and lodging involved. With a combination of it into one proposal, that really helped me justifying to my bosses saying, hey, look, this is what they're trying to consider and what can we do? So my bosses are we're really excited about this proposal and we were able to bring down the numbers substantially. So.
And so for this action item, Henry, we're approving funding. Are we approving their proposal? What are we
No,
approving?
so at next council meeting, I have a meeting Thursday with our municipal financial advisors. And they said that they can approve the funding, but that'll be an item on the next council meeting.
Okay, for us to approve the funding.
The funding, yes.
Okay, and when are we set to approve their proposal?
So probably at that meeting.
That meeting
Yes.
too.
So this item, there's no funds being spent. It's just to continue with the scope that we have and push forward. I'll meet with our financial advisors on Thursday and then give him the information that he needs. And then at the next council meeting, we'll bring the financing portion.
Okay, Mr. Greenway, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I just had a quick question on that. As far as on the proposal, like I said, I don't have it in front of me, but are some of these things line items, as far as like we could eliminate, if the council sees fit on that, like, not needing 4 complete lane lines versus, maybe just 1 lane line and maybe purchasing the handicap lift on our own or something, just trying to shave and save a little bit of money because I don't know is that they would, I guess we'd have to give to the rec coordinator, but I don't know is they would use 4 lane lines. I think they would stay piled up on the deck. They may use 1 for lap swimming or something, but I'm just asking, are some of those items available to we cannot include those?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've itemized every single item on this proposal.
Okay.
So it's got all the quantities and it's got the unit price. So from there, you guys can kind of just pick and choose what you
Perfect.
want off that proposal.
Okay. And just for your information, we were losing 22,000 gallons a day. So the
And that would be a
liner,
combination of those seams inside the pool.
right.
Yeah.
No, I know. And so the liner's definitely needed. So
Mhm.
Councilmember
that's all I
Stevens.
got.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. So I have a couple questions. One with regard to the proposal. I want to talk about the funding game plan. So the ADA lift there is, shows the line item at $22,000. And since we don't, that's, if I understand that correctly.
The ADA,
Ocean Trek BP 300 DLX, is that what that is?
yes, sir, that is, yeah.
And we do not have the ADA capability now, in my view, kind of important to probably have. Your proposal talks about prepare and clean pool services coping, but you limit it to 3 hours. Why is that? Why is it not says clean prepare service to put in the new liner?
Or on where?
You're on pool resurfacing scope of services.
Yeah, so that's for repairs. So we have allotted 3 labor hours for cracks of concern. But once you put the liner over those pitted surfaces there, and that's just to cover like low surfaces.
I get all that.
Mhm.
My question is, why did you limit it to 3 hours? Why not just, if you're to put on the liner, why don't you do whatever works necessary?
On average, that's usually what it requires. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
But once you lay the liner, there's a felt material that goes underneath that liner. So, but it's just to cover any low spots or any concerns. We just want to make sure that you have a unified surface all the way
I
across.
agree. That was the only element in your proposal
Yeah.
that said shall not exceed 3
Yeah,
hours.
yeah,
Everything else is get the work done.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was just.
Yeah, I mean, once you start considering like cracks and all that, some cracks are just cosmetic and,
Yep.
you know, you could spend 20 hours on it just trying to get every crack that's going to get it covered with the liner covered and it not really do anything for you guys. It just, at that point, it's just costing you more money.
Under warranty, it talks about the liner is warranted for 10 years, but the workmanship to install it's only for 1 year. Help us understand why the work you do is only for a year, but the liner's for 10 years.
That's the manufacturer warranty from the material that we purchase. But that's also covered, like I said, with the hot seams. So all those hot seams, we use a robotic welder to cover that. So it's provided by the same manufacturer. So that manufacturer pushes a 10-year warranty and we honor that 10-year warranty across. The workmanship issue, that's gonna be, to be quite honest with you, fully transparent, I would have to get with the department that handles that and to get more understanding on as far as why it's only a 1 year. But for the most part, most of our labor across the board is all a 1 year workmanship. So
I just.
Yeah.
You all are the experts.
Yes, sir.
We're looking for 10 years.
mhm.
So I just wonder, let's say 18 months from now, there's a leak.
I
How do
mean,
we reconcile that?
I've been with this company for about 4 years now, and we've installed several liners throughout just the West Texas region alone. We stand by our product. I mean, that's what we built our business on. We were a mom and pop business for many years, for about 40 years. So, we built a pretty strong reputation. And, but apart from that, like I said, I can get you guys more information on that. These are just warranty terms that are pushed on me. And it's just, I just have to follow those warranty
I
terms.
understand you got to work with the lawyers and we just don't want to have to get
Yeah.
the lawyers in the future.
No, definitely. Yeah, we don't want that either. So.
Henry, on the funding, when we had talked before, we had the funding set aside for, that we got from ETP about $250,000.
I think about 250, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
So I thought the strategy was to use that to primary funding and then supplement any additional we need from a potential loan. Is that what your current thinking is, or help us
Well,
understand that?
we can do that, but when you need additional funding,
Mhm.
you're gonna have financing costs. And that's gonna be, let's say, $10,000-15,000. So do you want to finance more or do you want to finance less? And that cost is still gonna be the same.
Okay, I guess I don't understand. I presume.
Because
Flat fee?
yeah, it's gonna be the bond attorneys and the finance consultants, they're gonna have a fee. And let's say that if you only finance one project, it's gonna be the same fee. Or if you want to finance 2 or 3 other projects, it's gonna be the same fee. It's the cost of financing, the attorneys that are gonna get involved, the bond attorneys and all that.
Okay, so we've used this company before to buy things. I mean, we bought the streets department, Zipper, we bought loaders and all that stuff. And we never got into that discussion before. So I'm just offering to come back to this. Otherwise, we're going to go borrow some money and let $250,000 sit in the bank that we've been sitting on for at least 10 years. Doesn't seem to make good sense to me. So help us understand that when we come back in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. That's all I have.
It-
Mayor.
it-
Thank you.
Okay, so the easiest thing was, if it was under 250, well, then we could use those funds. But it's more than 250, so that's why it's like, okay, where do we get the additional funds? Do we borrow them or get it from somewhere else?
No, that'll be the special sounds like in 2 weeks. It's hard to look and say, we're gonna go borrow money and spend all of that for essentially $100,000. Okay, so what that says is borrow more because your cost across that is less.
Yeah.
Well, if I did that, I'd be out of business.
Yeah.
Okay, because the carrying costs would just kill you. So we may want to look at some other approaches, but I'll wait for your approach.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, Councilmember Ricketts?
I don't have any questions for this gentleman. Thank you for coming out and speaking with us and presenting this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for coming out from Austin. Right, Austin? or
Yeah,
something?
we do a lot of work with Solar, so it all works out. With City of Marfa, we've done some work for them previously as well, so.
Councilmember Portillo,
No question. Thank you for coming out.
Yes,
Presenting.
Definitely.
Councilmember Martinez,
I don't have a question either, but thank you for all this work. We're really interested into fixing that pole, so all this information is really important to
Yeah.
us. Thank you.
And
for
I have
taking that time.
individual proposals too that, and I think Adriana would be happy to share with you guys. It's got more details. I had to kind of cram everything into one proposal, so. But there's the individual proposals have more details. And as far as like the 1 year workmanship, the way we see it sometimes too is within a year or something failed. I mean, it's obviously an install error. So same thing for plasters, it's within, we offer a 1 year workmanship and a 5 year material warranty. And that's because of within a year or something failed, it's obviously an installer error.
These prices that you give us,
Mhm.
I mean, we're going to talk in the next meeting, but everything is going up, so how long you will hold these prices for us?
I mean, for the most part, these prices are good for 2026. So we don't do any price increases, on a 30-day basis. Every 2026, we reevaluate our price books and we adjust accordingly. But for the most part, most of our proposals, they're valid for that proposal year. So.
Thank
you. Mhm.
Councilmember Escobedo,
I was gonna ask, what was that Donnie said that needed to be replaced that it's not on here? So they would change this price, correct?
yes.
The chemical controller.
You control.
How much
And
would that-
and then Donnie's, in respect to what Donnie was saying too, I mean, like, there's some items, these are just, wish list items as well too. So not everything has to get done all at once. This is just, hey, look, the big item of concern is the caulking joints and the liner, and the filtration. The pump, I would definitely recommend that one as well. If you're gonna have one crew out here doing it all at once, like I said, it saves you guys on that. But like the ADA lift, I mean, I think you guys do have one now. I saw it there on site. Just nobody really knew the condition of it at that time. So that was just, hey, an alternative for you guys to consider. As far as the controller looks like, I can tell you off the top of my head, like a Chemtrol 1500 is what we sell regularly. Those you're looking about $5,500 out the door. So it's not something that's going to break the bank. We can shift numbers around with what's been proposed, but like like what Don was saying with the lane lines, that was a wish item. That's something like, hey, we want to see your pricing for lane lines. Doesn't have to get done, but it's something that would definitely bring the pool to life, give you guys additional opportunities to use the pool for. So.
Hey, Donnie, you had your hand up.
Yes, just so he knows, the ADA lift is bad, the battery's gone, and so that is basically a null, and then for the board, the pump price that he did give is, in my opinion, a really good price. If you look at when the city reached out before, I think we were, I don't know, a couple $1,000s more. So I think we're right on cue with that pump pricing. And like I said, and the ADA lift that's there now is not operable at all. So that's all I've got.
All right, and Henry, you have an appointment to meet with our pool?
Yes. yeah.
Okay, so that y'all can look at the line items, okay. And Adriana, you have something you want, come here. And Alex, you have that on a digital
Yeah, I got PDFs. I can share. with you.
Okay, yeah, so council can see those.
And I have provided the individual codings to Donnie too, to be able to review, so he also has them. And if the board members also wanted, I can go ahead and transfer it to Jill, so I can go
Please.
ahead and have them available for you. Pretty much all the codes that were asked from, Alec from Landmark were codes, that were on the reporting that Mr. Donnie, requested for us as code violations for us to be able to open for the pool.
Good, thank you. Yeah. And thank you, Alec, for being here.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you driving out.
Yeah, always happy to
Hope
do
you're
it.
staying the night.
Yeah, I'll drive 6 hours, be behind a winch rather than be at the desk. No complaints. And I love Alpine. It's beautiful out here. So
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, so council, is there anything else? Okay, so one more time, Henry, you're asking us with approval of this action item, basically to,
Just to continue, yeah, we'll still negotiate. We can remove some items, but that we're on the right path
okay,
to continue. And at the next item, we'll bring everything approved.
okay. All right, great. We ready to vote?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Councilmember Marcus?
Aye.
City Secretary, Council voted unanimously to approve resolution 2026-02-12, a resolution acknowledging the critical conditions of the city's swimming pool. Okay, great. All right. So now we're back to the consent agenda, item number 8. Item number 8, give everybody a minute to flip in their agendas. That's on page 2 of the agenda. For a moment there. Yeah. Your question, Kelly.
No, I was gonna make the motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Okay.
I second.
All right, any discussion? Okay, let's vote.
Aye.
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 City Secretary, Council voted unanimously to approve the consent agenda items A, B, and C as written. Councilmember Lucas.
Aye.
Yes, okay, unanimously. All right, great. All right, moving on. There were no items removed from the consent agenda. Reports and presentations limited to 6 minutes with an additional 4 possible. Okay, Chris,
Hello,
back to the podium.
my name's Chris Ruggia. I'm your Director of Tourism and have some visuals for you. The next slide is a chart that I've been maintaining for some time. The top set of lines are hotel revenues. That is basically our Holiday Inn in Hampton. They have shared their revenue numbers, so we're looking at them as a proxy for our hotel industry, since they are the primary hotel tax collectors. And what we're seeing is this year, their revenue through the summer had no drop, which it has every year previous. We've talked about that in my last report. That's a dramatic change. It does not reflect an increase in visitation. That's an increase in revenue that I think is explainable by combination of military contracts and then one like room availability pricing. That's my best guess. If you look at sales tax, which is the lower set of numbers, you're seeing that 2025 tracked very closely with the previous 2 years. There's not a dramatic change there. Now on the next slide, this is our first glimpse of numbers from our new visitor dashboard. I actually had a call with our data consultant this morning. Could you go forward to the next one, Jim? Thanks. And so the question that I was given the last time I spoke with you guys was, of the 550,000 people who visit the national park, how many of those come to Alpine? And so this is the first pass at that. So we're looking at the first number that I get when we look at 2025 is 235,000, which suggests about half. But as we were looking at where this number is coming from, the dashboard is using the city limits as the boundary for the geofence. This does not include Hampton or Holiday Inn. And if I look at those two, that's another 100,000 people. Because we actually looked at them separately for 2025, and there was about 107,000 between the two visits. And so I'm gonna work on that and get a better number. But when I looked at we're also able to get Brewster County visitation, a number of visits in the county-wide versus the one. And this number is around half of the visits that we saw to Brewster County. But then we're gonna add another 100,000 for just our two biggest hotels. So we're probably looking at 65% or more of the folks that are coming into the county are coming to Alpine, but I'll refine that as I go. This is my, obviously a work in progress. The line that you're seeing of time trend is from 2019 through 2025. So we see the drop down for 2020, the bump up for 2021 as we got kind of our pandemic crowds coming for the great outdoors. And then we see kind of the correction curve after that. And so we are basically have maintained around 2019 levels. So we're holding steady, not increasing at a rapid rate. So the next slide is credit card information, which also is going to have some refinements as we work with the dashboard. But our first number, our first pass on visitor spending in 2025 was $18,300,000. And if you look at the time trend, we see a similar bump for the pandemic. We see the big drop in 2020, the big bump in 21 and 22, and then a drop and a slow downward trend for 23, 24, and 25. And so that is what we're looking at as so far for spending. The next slide is our top origin markets, which there were no surprises here for me based on no big ones, based on the visitor dashboard we were looking at previous. Midland Odessa is our largest market, which we knew. That is between 26 and 30% of our visitation in Alpine is from Midland Odessa. San Antonio is our second biggest, which has been an increase over the last 3 years or so. They were probably number 6 and they've moved steadily up. El Paso, that's pretty new. That's been a lot of growth in visitation from our neighbors in El Paso. Then we see Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston. Those have always tracked really closely together near the top of our visitation. And then we see San Angelo, Lubbock, and Waco. Now, the farthest column is the average duration of stay. And we see that Austin, Houston, and Waco, Temple, Bryan actually have the longest stay time by average. We're seeing longer stays from those markets than others. So those are some of the things that we're looking at in terms of visitor data. And then I'll talk about just a couple of upcoming events later in the year. And so the next slide is the mayor mentioned this in her report. I'm very, very pleased that Cinco de Mayo is coming back. I want to thank Saul Garza, who really stepped up because, as we know, we didn't get a Cinco de Mayo celebration last year. Marian Lujan had done that work kind of on her own since the committee had broken up. And yes, and so she wasn't up for it. And so I don't want to take any particular credit, but I asked Saul if he was interested because I know he loves Alpine and he's such a community-minded person. And he stepped up immediately and said, yes, absolutely. I'll work with Marianne and
So it's the two of them.
it's the two of them, I think, is the core of the committee. And then other folks are helping them with fundraisers and things like that. But so I just want to make sure that anybody sees Saul at the HEB Midland or whatever, that's the last time I saw him. Thank him for helping out because he it's a big step. And I'm really thrilled that event's coming back for us. Yes.
So on that Cinco de Mayo, are they not allowed to have hotel motel?
They're absolutely allowed. They just didn't decide they were going to do it in time for the grant window. And so they will absolutely be able to apply for next year. But there's, they missed the window. So Marianne, at the time we were taking applications, Marianne was not planning to do the event. So that's why there's no funding there now. So then the next slide is it's kind of a big deal. The Smithsonian's Museum on Main Street exhibit, which 6 cities in the state were received this traveling exhibit, and Alpine's one of them. So Museum of the Big Bend will be hosting this. We're working with the museum and with the Texas Mountain Trail region to part of the mission for this. The Texas Historical Commission organizes this with the Smithsonian is to build regional cooperation and also build capacity for historic interpretation. And so a big part of what we're doing is lining up satellite exhibits and activities and events throughout the 6 counties of the Texas Mountain Trail region. And so we're having a lot of meetings trying to see what different people want to do. We met with several folks yesterday at Sul Ross. So we have a few different things lining up there. Fort Davis has Pam at the chamber has gotten a lot of really great partners to do. They're going to have I can't remember the location, but they're going to have a location open the entire 5 weeks of the exhibit with the McDonald Observatory, the National Historic Site, et cetera. Yeah, just almost done. And the last thing that's kind of our wow thing was Van Horn is part of the Texas Mountain Trail region. And as we know, Blue Origin is in Van Horn. And so Starvana, who runs the El Capitan Hotel, has friends at Blue Origin. And we're talking about July 3rd is our opening night for this event. July 3rd, the day before Independence Day of the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. So we thought at the last Texas Mountain Trail region meeting, what if we got copies of the Declaration and we got them on a Blue Origin spaceship and sent them into space, and we were able to line that up. So we're going to get 6 copies of the Declaration, one for each county in the Texas Mountain Trail region. We'll then receive one of those that could be on display. So that'll be a part of the celebration too. So that's a big thing that we're working on with a lot of different partners. So I'm excited about that. So does anyone have questions?
So Chris, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I've been thinking about it. So 65% you're guessing is what we're capturing of people coming down to Big Bend National Park, which is about 550,000.
Yeah. Another thing that I'm sorry, another thing that I've asked for is for us to actually geofence the park. So we get a count, because what I don't know is I'd like to see their count of apples to apples, so we could see are they seeing 550? And if they're not, then we get a percentage of that similar number. So I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry. Please.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So why would you think that we're missing out on 35%?
Well, the way I look at that is in 2011, Visit Big Bend did their first visitor survey. And one of the things they were looking at was those paths of visitation. And what they found in 2011 was that 70% probably of visitors to the park were coming in from the east on 10, turning at Fort Stockton, then going straight down 385, never seeing Marathon, going to the park, and then leaving again. And so they then made it their mission to circulate people through the region. And so what I think is, so now what we're seeing is a healthy majority are actually coming through Alpine. And that's not, so I think that's still the case, is that we're still having people who want to come to the park. And if you're just on the highway and you're saying, I'm going to the park, the most straightforward, the fastest route from Austin or what have you, you get on 10, you turn, and then you go back out. So we're always going to have some of those folks. And that's what I think we're seeing.
So I was thinking when I was coming back from San Antonio, there's a sign, a brown National Park sign that says Big Bend National Park, exit here. And it routes them down 385.
Yes.
So what could we do to get that changed where it says Big Bend National Park, exit 385 or 118?
We need to ask TxDOT. Now, the last time we asked TxDOT, Chris Weber was engineer, and we were told that their policy is you put a sign the first time you're going to hit that's the way they do it, and that we didn't have that option back then. Now, maybe policies have changed. We have this 2 engineers later, maybe. I mean, we now have, I believe Lisa Nix is.
Armando. Yeah, we can go talk to him.
Yeah.
Can we talk to him
Yeah,
about that?
I say about once a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so what I knew is
I think that should. be
what held
changed.
back then. Yeah,
Yeah, to capture people that might just see that sign and say, oh, I gotta exit here,
mhm,
and then they miss Alpine altogether.
yeah,
I'll do it.
And then also on the sign for 118, it says Sul Ross State University, which it
Mhm.
should,
Yep.
but it should also say Martha. Because maybe we can capture, I don't know if that's a big
Yeah.
thing, but the Big Bend National Park one really stuck out to me.
Yes.
And I don't know what it says when you're coming east from El Paso. I don't know where it
Yeah.
routes you, but
right. And that's gonna be at Van Horn.
Van Horn.
Van
Yeah.
Horn. Yeah, thanks.
Exactly.
Van Horn's got all the signs right there. Alpine, Sul State University, Big Bend National Park.
we'll leave that over there then.
Yeah,
we
because
need
it
to
follows the
replace
same
it.
logic.
So you'll do that, you'll work that for
Yeah,
me?
I'll talk to him.
Okay, all right, sorry, I took up a lot of
Oh,
time. Anything else for Chris, guys?
Just a real quick question. You commented we've got a lot more visitors out of El Paso. Is that because you're stellar advertising up there or do you have any idea?
It's my magnetic personality.
It's gotta
That's
be.
exactly what it is.
No, I don't have an answer for why. I
I've
just
been with all the
see it
students from El
happening.
Paso going to Sul Ross.
See that,
Families.
I'm thinking the same thing, particularly students from Sul Ross and the division, Lone Star Division we're in now.
Mhm.
All that's changed with D2.
Right? That's also true. And Soros is their their recruitment promotions are definitely hitting that area.
The alumni president is from up there and the
Yeah.
alumni have been pushing really hard in El Paso.
Yeah. So I would not be at all surprised if that was a big
Yeah.
help.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so moving on to reports and presentations, Alpine Public Library. Come on, Don. Hi.
Good evening. I'm Don Wetterauer, Executive Director of the Alpine Public Library. Thank you for giving me some time here to talk about what's going on at the library. To start, I thought I'd give you some numbers from 2025. The library had just under 33,000 people through the doors. Lee Reed's bookstore had nearly 12,000 people. 3,900 kids attended 160 in-house virtual programs during the virtual and in-house programs during the year. And approximately 2,800 people attended some of the various adult programs that we had. The silent auction during our walk is one of the library's biggest annual fundraisers. It is the library's biggest fundraiser. Last November, I think, was the 17th silent auction. The auction moved around several different places over the years, and we hosted a virtual auction in 2020. This past auction was at the former Morrison's True Value Garden Center, and it was actually a really good location. Volunteers put in a lot of hours to make that thing work. The auction did well, bringing in about $25,000. An advantage to having a successful auction is that we had fewer things to take back to the library when it was done. Another fundraiser is in the works for the first weekend of June. We're going to have a putt-putt golf thing at the library. It's going to be Saturday is going to have hours from 10 to 5:30 in the morning. And then in the evening, we're going to have a 6 to 10 p.m. sort of an adult tournament on putt-putt golf. And then there'll be a Sunday 5 to 7 p.m. They're still working on it, so we'll get more details about that later on. The Big Bend Regional Hospital District has agreed to fund the Big Bend Regional Resource Directory again for another year, and the library staff will continue to manage the local resource data. Registration for GED classes is ongoing. As I mentioned before, the program is 100% free for students aged 21 and older. That's kind of a change that they made. We used to be able to go down to 18, but now it's 21 and older. People 18 to 21 can still participate, but they don't get the free testing and things. So we provide the book, the calculator, and for the 21 and older, vouchers for the free practice tests. And if they pass the practice test, they're eligible to get a voucher for the real test, the official test. Funds comes from the Texas Workforce Commission grant through the Far West Adult Education Consortium. In 2025, we had 5 GED graduates. 3 of the graduates are on the college path. 2 of those got high enough score to be classified as college ready. And 2 of the graduates are going to enlist in the military. We currently have 6 GED students. 2 of the 6 already have measurable skills gained, so they're along the right path. The integrated education and training class that I mentioned before starts this week. We have 3 students starting. We have an opening for 2 more. The class is free and prepares students for PowerPoint and Excel certification tests. These classes are not open to students that already have a DS degree from the United States. The test center has administered 24 tests, November through January. Tests include GED, Association for Materials Protection and Performance, Global Information Assurance Certification, and the Texas Department of Insurance. We have a customer satisfaction rating of 95% for our test takers. We have weekly time set for the test center, but we also offer time for like locals and our GED students on request. Casey Costa, our youth services librarian, has been on the job since August. She actually started working at the library in 2019, but took some time off or there was a pandemic and she had a couple of kids. So now she's back as our youth services librarian. She's been busy implementing ways to make reading more accessible and exciting for kids. She's created and organized sections like for the what do I call it, chapter books, and also in the fiction, so that it's easier for kids to find things that are at their level of reading. She's forward-faced a lot of the books as possible in the fiction section, so it's more like a bookstore now. And so far, it's been good. Checkouts for the chapter book and fiction have increased 25% over the last year. Kids love picture books, and she has organized the over 2,000 picture books into 9 categories. A lot of time and consideration went into deciding the categories, and so far the toddler families are excited about the change. Toddler time on Thursdays at 10 continues to be popular with strong audience attendance. We've had regular class visits from the Alpine Department or Child Development Center, the Alpine Montessori School, and homeschool groups. And many kids have been in to print things on the 3D printer. Now Casey's focusing on the busy summer reading program. This year she's going to use the national theme, which is Unearth a Story, centering around dinosaurs. Tinkercad classes will return, and we'll be collaborating with the McDonald Observatory to bring some other programs to Alpine. And then she's got some other ideas in the works, but we'll have more about that later. That's it for me. Thank you for supporting the library.
I'm so proud of our library, Don, and all the work that you guys do. I appreciate it.
Good.
I know the community does too.
I think some of that increase in circulation has to do with getting this new kids area up and running. And so it's getting used a lot now.
Yes, 2,000 books, 9 categories. Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take, Casey?
She's been working on it for months.
I bet.
And several other people have been working on it also.
Anybody else have anything? Councilmember Ruckus? Good. Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Councilmember Stevens, Councilmember Escobedo.
No, I love everything that y'all do. Thank you so much.
Councilmember Martinez.
Thank you, Mayor. I was there for the ribbon cutting. I was really impressed with that garner. So it is beautiful and it has a variety of plants. I never was there established that day. We have the ribbon cutting and it's a great job. They said, oh, what do you do? So thank you for all
It's
what
going to take a while to really develop, but
I know,
it's
I know.
growing.
Councilmember Portillo.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Information discussion, okay. All right, so it's been an hour and a half. We're gonna take a quick 10-minute break and then we'll be right back. And by the way, it was Councilmember Portillo's birthday yesterday and we have birthday cake.
Oh, can
So
we say
everybody-
happy birthday? You have to put the candles.
Yeah, so please help yourselves, everybody, to some cake.
Sure.
Yes, and tomorrow is Angie's birthday.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Oh,
Come up a little bit.
oh, okay, good. Wow, yeah, that's a
You're
big
21
impact
now,
for
you
you.
can drink.
Ready when you are.
All right, and we are back from break at 7:08. Moving on to information discussion items. Item A, discussion and possible direction regarding updates to the official city logo and branding to incorporate Alpine's identity as a dark sky destination. So we have already talked with Chris. He spent some time putting together a new city logo to incorporate that. We're part of Brewster County, which is labeling themselves as the dark sky capital of Texas. And we're actually the heart of that county. We had given Chris some feedback that we thought, although we're trying to attract the astrotourism, which has grown rapidly with the visitors coming down, and we are a tourist destination, as Councilmember Stevens and others have said numerous times, like it or not, with our city seal, what we are, and to attract tourists so that they look at it and they're like, oh, okay, that's what Alpine is. But we did want to incorporate bar as our bar in the logo. And so if you look at page 77 of 203 in your packet, you can see that Chris has come up with 3 more renditions for us to look at. So
Yeah,
Chris,
the first is for reference is the one that you saw last time. The one in the middle added the bar SR bar, and the one on the right, I just went with the text. And so you'll see the heart of the Big Bend Dark Sky Reserve. It's smaller, but it's, and then home is Sul Ross State University, which is now the text that's at the bottom of the current city seal. So that's a couple of different approaches. The one that is on the right with just the text changed, that's good information. I think it's nice and clean, but those letters are very small. So the smaller that gets, it might become difficult to read. So it's really just for some options for you guys to consider if you want to go with one of those, or if there are other thoughts you want to explore.
I see the second one or the first one with the bar SR bar, because that's more prominent, seems to catch the eye faster. And then it also references that we are a dark sky reserve so that we can capture some of the astrotourism. And I know there was talk about some people with trailers having telescopes and going to different hotels and setting up little mini star parties for visitors here in Alpine. To me, that seems like it'd be the best for drawing in tourists, and yet also for our identity as home of Sul Ross and the Dark Sky Reserve. Councilmember Portillo?
Yeah, I agree with the middle. Last one looks nice also, but like you said, you can't really see a whole lot. What we're trying to capture. I would go with the middle also.
Councilmember Martinez?
Thank you, Mayor. I have a question. So when we decide which one logo is going to be, that will be forever for Alpine until somebody else decide to change it?
So another council changes it.
Council change it. So how many years have we have this?
Since the early 90s, maybe 94, 95.
Ooh,
30 years.
ooh.
Right? You think it was longer?
No,
Well, I think we had a version that back.
yeah, I think that a version like that was around 95. I had just moved to Alpine.
It was on a sign over there on the south side
Right.
for a long time.
Yeah, that Tom Curry had painted.
Because I do like the second one also because Sul Ross put some more color on it. Because it's all dark, it won't show much on logos. So I think that with the second one with the Sul Ross, it brings more eye and attention. So since I saw it, I like this one, but
I'm just wondering how it'll translate to like patches and like the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
it
only
would
thing.
have to be
You think it
light
would be okay?
colors.
It should, and on the first, on that first round, I also have the grayscale and the black and white one as well. So we do have that as well. They don't need to be the full color. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to mention that with our leadership huddles, we have talked, Carlos Hernandez, president of Soul Ross, is in those. And so he knows we've been branded as the dark sky capital of Texas. And he knows what our intention is with changing the seal. And I think he'd be happy with that one. Councilmember Rickus?
Chris, you did a great job. I really like all of them.
Thank you.
I kind of favor the third one just because it's, it says the heart of the Big Bend Dark Sky Reserve, and then it states that we're home of Sul Ross State University instead of just the Bar Dard. For the fact that, I'm not sure how many tourists may not even understand what that brand represents. And so with it being stated there, however, I am with you on it is a bit small and it's kind of hard to fit it in there. So I'm good with either one, but I favor that third one because of that.
Councilmember Escobedo?
I really do like the logo that we have now. I would like for some of this to be incorporated to that, only because I do like the horse. I like the brand on it. I think this says more of what we are, not only the city, but also the county. I think this is really, really dark. So when, I'll give you a little bit of a feedback on this logo. I was working at the Chamber of Commerce when this came up, and the people that worked on it took a long time. They all got together, the president of Saros, the county judge, and the mayor, and other people, and they did a lot of work on this. I don't know how you could incorporate the dark skies into it. I think you can, because even on this, like the Twin Peaks, you lose that. I don't know if you can maybe add it on here. I don't know, but that, it took a long time. I think Eric O'Keefe was the city, no, not the city, the Chamber of Commerce manager at the time. It was a lot of work that went into this, and the people from this community, not only city people, but Sul Ross people and the county.
Now, we discussed this when we had our joint commissioners county meeting, that we were going to be the dark sky capital and that we were going to look at rebranding.
And I'm with that. I think we can kind of incorporate some of this into this. I don't. Because this is dark. And that's just my opinion.
What did it look like grayscale?
I would have to bring back, that was in your packet last time.
I remember.
And so it is the Dark Sky Reserve. So it's gonna be dark. That's and so hopefully what you're seeing is the Milky Way and the stars, and you're getting the Twin Sisters is not it doesn't pop because it's against the dark sky. And so now those things this is presuming we go in this direction. Those things are adjustable. We can pull that dark blue of the sky up a little bit to, we can tweak those values. And particularly, like to answer Gio's question, when we look at different kinds of reproduction, we can see what are for an embroidery, what are the inks that are available, and is that blue too dark against, so we can adjust those things, keeping the same shapes so that you can tell what's going on, in the different kinds of reproduction. And that can be a process as we work those things out.
I can put them up on the screen if you'd like.
Yes, please. And Councilmember Stevens, while Gio was doing that for us.
Yeah, thanks, man. So thanks for incorporating the Sul Ross in there. I think that's really important. After our meeting and after I talked to Carlos about it as well, I want to make sure we got that in there. It's an interesting discussion. And if I have a bias, I'm where Rob is. I like the third one better than the second one, although I can go with either one. I happen to like the bar, SR bar, but there are many people who don't know what that means. So that's my only concern about identity. Back to Saul Ross. I just think Saul Ross is so important. So that's why I tend to go towards the third one. I've got another meeting again tomorrow at Saul Ross. Carlos is on vacation, but I was going to talk to John Klingeman and get his view, just get some feedback for us so we can go work it. Because ultimately it is our decision about what we want to do with it, but I want to go gather more data as well. But I prefer 3, but I can go with 2. That's kind of where my bias is. I think the other comment I'd make, in my view, being the heart of the Big Bend Dark Sky Reserve has potential to bring more people to us. So I think that's good. I think the challenge for us is to figure out how to go do that. Because if I were to pick up the phone today or look on the internet where I want to use and say, gee, I want to go to the heart of the Big Bend Dark Sky Reserve because I want to see stuff, there's not much for me to go see. And while there are some of the dark sky telescopes out there, I don't know that it's going to bring people in. I mean, Marfa's got Marfa lights. There's always someone out there. We don't have anything like that here. And I think we have to think about how do we go do that in a way that really pulls people in, get them to spend the night, go to the restaurants, enjoy, take them out on the bus so they can see it. I just think we gotta think about
One
it.
thing that I really wanted to investigate was designating a dark sky municipal park.
Yeah.
And that's, so I went around with Laura Gold, who was very active with the volunteer group around the dark skies. And we went to the different parks, and one that I really liked was the one at the curve of 7th. It's right across the creek from the jails. It's kind of hidden away little yard, but the scope of the sky was kind of too narrow. There's everything around it's too high. And then up at Baines is a really cool space. You get that look across the city, but there's streetlights that are really, so there weren't any really ideal spots in the existing city park structure. And if we were to do something like that, absolutely have to work out the policy shift, because right now, the parks are not for, middle of the night visitation. So this would be, but there's a possibility there if we identified a spot in town that had those ideal conditions where you have enough shielding from the lights of the town that you get a good experience of the night sky. We could create something like that, because that is what's missing. We are the heart of the Dark Sky Reserve, and we're also the biggest problem in the Dark Sky Reserve. Just because we're the largest community, we have the most lights. That's always going to be an unavoidable thing. Even if we excel at our goals of night sky friendly lighting, we're still going to be the brightest thing in the reserve because there's just more buildings here. But yeah, I agree with Rick. There's some product development opportunities around that.
It's dark at Pueblo One.
Could maybe Stephen help us think about that?
I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
It's in line up with where he's at. It's lined up where we're at. There might be an opportunity to think about that from an economic standpoint.
Yeah, and I could see like a dark sky park being something that could have permanent interpretive things about all that stuff about lights, about what's good light for the night sky, and what are the ways in which it also is good for all the uses that we actually want light for. So that could have that value during the day, but also give that experience at night where people can pause and.
Did you look at Pueblo Nuevo?
Haven't. I think we did go by it, but at the time it was prior to yeah, it was. It was a while ago.
Well, here's an idea. Why not, since we work alongside the county, talking to the county and see what properties they own just on the outskirts of Alpine, and maybe partner up with them and designate something out there, maybe get some benches and.
That would be ideal, because if we can get just outside of town, you've got way darker skies.
Okay.
You
I'll
want
talk
Judge
to the
Henningston?
judge. I'll talk to him.
Yeah. Does Salt Ross have an observatory?
You know, they got that dome on top of the science building is a planetarium there.
Oh, it's just
I
planetarium.
believe that's what it is.
Is
yeah.
the desk part of their property?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how to take advantage of that.
Of course,
You never
getting
hear any-
safely up to the desk in the middle of the night's a whole other question.
I know people do go up there,
Yeah.
but I don't know how safe they get,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
take pictures, but.
Yeah, they go up my property all the time at night. We watch them come down the trail at night with their flashlights. I just, is the planetarium, I just think about the things that
Mhm.
dark skies, things we could put
Yeah.
out there.
So is it possible to get programming in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an excellent question.
just another spot for people to go.
Mhm.
And then you find the spot to see the stars. We can hire somebody to do the star parties like
Yes.
for Davis, that they had just a light to show, to be part of that
Yes, exactly.
without much spending money. Telescope would be wonderful. If people
Yeah.
can see the night.
I would like, ideally, we'd identify somebody that, as a vendor that can build a business out of that. Yeah. And ideally one based in Alpine, but there's somebody who, Steven speaks well of him, who he's based in the Chilingua area, has a mobile setup. So that's a resource that we can look at.
Yeah, because he came to our
Mhm.
meeting when we
Yeah.
were talking about branding.
We did, okay.
Mhm,
Good.
mhm. Yeah, he was there.
So
Okay,
if we choose either one, can you just put like a white line around the Twin Peaks so it can pop up?
well, if you look, can you pull the grayscale back up? It almost looks better, I think, in grayscale. What do y'all think? Because you can see
When
the,
on the monitor, you see how bright that blue is relative to what the
Compared to
ink
the-
toner. Yeah, that's gonna be like I said, that's where we look at the printing processes and
Mhm.
adjust to make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, that blue's a little brighter than I would go for, but probably something between that and what you're seeing on the page, because it did,
Well, then that one, the Twin Peaks, they show better than this.
yeah.
Yeah, that pops.
It's because the toner, it just
Oh,
reproduced really dark.
for our
Yeah.
print,
Mhm.
that's what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there is one with the white outline too.
Yeah, that's one where there's no grays at all. It's just if you don't have that
Oh.
available.
Oh,
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. So then the question is it bar, SR bar, or do y'all want it to say Sol Ross? As Rob and Councilmember
Yeah,
Stevens?
I did like the explicitness of home of Sul Ross
Mhm.
State University. That statement does have power to it. There's just that trade-off of once you get to a certain size, your legibility of that type around the edge
Yeah,
is gonna get lost at a certain point.
I can imagine like on y'all shirts and stuff, how compact it's gonna, you
Yeah.
might not be able to see any of the lettering.
Does anybody know?
They get some of like, on our, oh, you know what, we're right. Most of the ones that we print don't contain this, the bottom part. Whenever we get our shirts,
Uh-huh.
but the ones that do come out pretty, not too bad.
Chris, if you took off the words home of and just had part of the Big Bend Dark Sky Reserve, Sul Ross State University, because it's Alpine, Texas.
Mhm.
that
It'll get a
makes-
little bit bigger.
You get
Mhm.
your bigger type font, that may be another way to help work the issue.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
Yeah, because it's,
And there's no reason we can't do both as well, is adjust the type and keep the bar as our bar.
Mhm.
That was just two different ways to incorporate the university.
And then if you put the letters and another color is that white.
Pretty
Pink.
machine light.
oh.
It's
I'll
pretty
watch it in a
dark
minute
up there.
here. I'll go see it in a minute, yeah.
We want to take it off the break so you can go see. Okay, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. Good, yeah. sleep ready.
Uh-oh.
I don't go out there without my cell phone light on.
Yeah.
I know you've been working so hard in all these and it's hard to please everybody.
It's a process, always.
I
is.
know.
Good job, though.
Thank you very much.
Excellent job.
It is, it's beautiful and I know what encouraged on the dark sky, but I like bright colors.
Mhm.
Did you put a red letters? I don't know. It was just.
To 9 p.m. We've been discussing the city seals. It looks like, right now the favorites are A and B out of the two new ones. So what are your thoughts, A or B?
I think what Rick had said of taking the
And just
home of and Sul State University underneath, and I could go with the third one.
Okay. We can take the home off.
So another question is, would you like one that does both? Do you like the Bar SR Bar and Sul Ross State University? Because I didn't show that. There's no reason that we couldn't do both.
I've always liked Bar SR Bar, but whatever. I'm not picky about it, to be honest.
Councilmember Stevens?
If you have RSR Bar and Sul Ross State University at the bottom,
Yeah, I like that.
my view, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yep.
Councilmember Rickus?
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Good job.
all right. Maybe we can bring that back as an action item next. Is that what we need to do? Okay.
And maybe I'll do a test run with Geo on that color copier, make sure that it's a little brighter.
Okay. That's all Gio's fault.
No, it's a transition
Somebody
from
Gio.
my computer screen to the color copier. So like when we send stuff to Printco, I always like brighten it
Yeah.
10% because always the toner just darkens it
Yes.
down. So
Yeah, we're just kidding, Gio. You're great. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so moving on to discussion item B, city manager. And this is discuss fiscal year 2025-2026 budget process timeline.
Yes, Mayor and Council, so we have the timeline here for the budget and tax rate adoption calendar.
Thank you,
And
Chris.
I want to thank Gloria and Jill to prepare this. So it gives us kind of like an outline of what to expect. We need to, do our public hearings, our, notices and all that with the tax rates and the budget, and so we're in compliance with all that. So the departments, February and April, the internal department budget development will be meeting with the departments. February 17th, we have a preliminary CIP priority discussion, which is the next item. March 3rd, 2026, city council priority budget discussion. March through April, we'll meet with the departments and have those budget work sessions. April 21st, present and submit the 5-year CIP to City Council. May 19th, annual review of policies, finance, investment, budget, and credit card policies. See if there's any changes to those. May 5th and the 18th, draft the capital program and have the further budget discussions. June 1st, approval of fee rate schedules. June 16th, have a budget workshop. July 24th to 27th, issuance of the certified appraisals to be used to calculate our revenue from the property tax rates. August the 3rd, file draft fiscal year 2026 budget and capital improvement plan with city secretary. It's a requirement. August 4th, discuss the tax rates. August the 20th, newspaper publications for the first budget and CIP reading. Newspaper publication for the public hearing and of the budget and the CIP. September 3rd, newspaper publication for adoption of fiscal year 2026 budget and CIP. Newspaper publication for the first 2026 tax rate reading. September the 8th, special meeting, public hearing for budget adoption and capital improvement plan. Adoption of budget and capital improvement plan. September the 10th, newspaper publication for public hearing and approval of the tax rate. And September 15th, tax rate public hearing and approval of the fiscal year 26 tax rate.
All right, so there haven't been any major changes since it's the same pretty much as last year, correct?
A little, so last year, we've done a lot earlier.
A
You know,
lot
like,
earlier.
Yes, for example, the CIP wasn't done till like in June.
Oh, you mean this time we're doing more early?
Yes, we're
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah, yeah, I know. I was like,
All of the
wait.
budget process is just much
Yeah,
earlier.
just
Uh-huh.
Perfect, yes,
Yeah.
because last year we were crunched and,
Right.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so as far as the timeline, I see this working out perfectly. Councilmember Stevens,
I'm good. Thank you.
Councilmember Escobedo, Councilmember Martinez, Councilmember Portillo,
I'm good.
Councilmember Lucas.
I'm good, Mayor.
All right, cool. All right, looks good, Henry. All right, moving on to discussion item C, council discussion and direction regarding the structure, level of detail, and policy framework for the city's future capital improvement plan. City manager.
Okay, so we have the prior year's capital improvement plan there. But we already met with the department heads. So they've got their homework to look at last year's and any items that they need to bring forward. They're going through that exercise. Our goal is internally by next month to have something ready draft for us so that then we can polish it up and bring to council, and then council can set their priorities, look it over. We need this, remove this, that kind of stuff. And so they're working on that. They've already gotten that homework.
Okay.
One of them has already turned it in.
Oh, what's that?
Gas department.
Imagine that.
These are overachiever.
Yeah, so, but anyway, so we're going through that exercise and, I mean, there's good details with the prior plan already so that they can use, but, if, now is this a priority for this coming year, or maybe we can wait and something else has to move forward? So that's the exercise to do. And also what council, tells us that these, are our priorities, so we can add them on there.
Councilmember Stevens.
So I'm glad you're heading off down the path. My frustration, and I'm not bashful about saying it's been kind of a wish list in the past. What would really be helpful as you work your way through is on a particular item, and I'm looking at one right now. It says wastewater treatment plant 2025 is 2029, $3.9 million. How's that gonna happen over what time period? As opposed to this 5 bucket window, and then it never happens. Because at some point, it's gonna be, we're gonna expend X amount of money during this time period. Where's it coming from? Comes with the money, we're gonna have to borrow it. And so that'll be an important element for each of these major items. The other thing that I think is important is you'll have to help us think about what the priorities are. Because if I look at the utility bucket that I went through, the one was like 10 million bucks and I was like 5 million bucks. We don't have any kind of that money. Randy's is $10.9 million. I'm sorry, city total is $10.9 million. Randy's is at 5.5. What's the proposal for how to fund $10.9 million out of a roughly $17 million budget? Okay. So if you do that, that'll help an awful lot, and then it'll become very meaningful. Okay.
And some of those programs, so there'll be, once we know the priority, okay, some can be internal financing. Another can be, hey, go after these grants because, we can't support that.
Yep.
And then the others, you have to borrow this. And so go do some borrowing. So kind of divvy it up like that. And then also to make sure that we have the capacity, don't just put a line item there. If we don't have the capacity to do it in 1 year, then spread it out over 3 years, like rehab water lines. Well, it's let's say it's a $1.5 million project. Well, you do 500,000 1 year and then 500,000 the next. And so we'll spread that out. I worked for, you put it all in one bucket and then you went and tore out all the streets and it doesn't look good like that, but we could balance things out like that.
Okay. Thanks. Look forward to seeing it.
Great.
Councilmember Lucas.
Rick pretty much hit exactly what I was gonna hit. To me, it's just been kind of a wish list. I'd like to put a little bit better method to it, and then the timelines, like Councilmember Stevens is saying, and that's where I'm at with all this.
Councilmember Portillo.
I agree with both of them.
Councilmember Martinez.
Thank you. Yes, I had that in my questions that that was what it was the maximum amount. And then we have the east side or big amount too. And then the estimated meter system. So those were the three big amounts that I was like, hey, where I want to get up his money. So you explain this.
Councilmember Escobedo.
I agree with y'all. I don't care for wish list. I like facts and I like to see real stuff happen.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Looks good, Henry. Thank you. All right, moving on to discussion item D, Councilmember Martinez.
Wow.
This is the discussion regarding the tentative boards, commissions, and committees appreciation dinner.
Thank you, Mayor. How we talk in December, we would like to do an appreciation dinner to all the boards and commissioners that they volunteer, they don't get paid. So it was hard to find a date. Because Heather is so busy and the civic center is busy. So we kind of, she found a date in the middle of the time. And then she did one, we and her, we've been back and forth, but she all put together. So I give credit to her. So she finally found a good time, March 18th. And
this is in your black folders, guys.
And that's the invitation. I use that square to register myself, and it works. So
good. That's
good. So it really worked. So the number that we came, 120 person. I was asking Gio how many people he will think that it would be in all the boards and commissioners and significant other. And we would like to invite the directors or each departments, the heads, like that because this is an appreciation. People that we work with, like APD, Soros, school, district, county judge. So to appreciate them, that work that we've been doing together and what significant others. So that's what we came with, a estimated 120 people. And she gave us this menu that she can help us with.
Bless you.
And she's out of town and said, if you approve it, just send her a thumbs up and she can buy it all this when she's out of town, that it will be cheaper, but will be reimbursed by the city. And the estimate cost, she said $1,100. And she estimated that cake in 150, because she said, Gio, you have a
20.
Uh-huh.
That's what it came in.
with
Brianna.
Brianna.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. So I think it's pretty reasonable price. That she give us this menu. She will be in charge of the decorating and everything. She didn't want to help, so we can help you, So, but she suggested we are in charge of the door prices, to give them. So she suggested if each of us can donate 5 door prices, so we can either buy stuff or find donation for businesses or use our money to give the door prices. So that would be good if we have 5 door prices each, so would be 30 door prices to give away. And she would be, if somebody in the door is giving the tickets, to welcome them, and then so we can be there to thank them, those who we can't. So this is the proposal that she gave us, and we stayed on these ones, so it would be like $184 each from our money. So what are your ideas?
I think it's a great idea. I'm not gonna be here in Seattle.
I
so,
know, I saw
yeah,
that.
no, so sorry about that, but I think it's a great idea.
And then I think if we could do it every year, because she said they haven't
Yeah.
doing it long time.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. I like the menu. The total estimate's not that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know where everybody stands with their discretionary funds, because I know people have done things
I'm
with
pretty
it.
sure there's more than enough to cover the
Mhm.
cost for this.
Mhm.
Everyone.
Mhm.
Can, for example, for the other prices, can I use the same money to give those 5 door prices using the money?
As long as it's not public, like gift cards and things of that nature, like nothing that's like a, where you're giving away actual money. If it's a good, would you agree, Henry?
Yes.
Say that again?
Like you can't get gift cards and give away where you're giving money, because
But we can use discretionary funds to buy door prizes.
Cynthia's chiming in, she could probably
Okay,
speak to that.
Cynthia?
Yes, that's correct. So you all can use it to buy an actual gift under $50. But it cannot be cash and it cannot be money, gift cards or money cards.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
it cannot be cash or,
But you can buy stuff.
Under $50.
Yeah.
so 5 gifts under $50.
Do we have the ability to, are there catalogs? I mean,
I mean, we purchased through quill.com a lot, it has all
For
the supplies,
supplies,
but like
though.
it has other stuff too.
oh, does it?
Or like, we purchased through Walmart, we have a tax exempt account with them. We have a list of vendors, we could probably get them, right, Victoria?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be helpful. So I hate to go and ask businesses, because they always get asked,
I
can you
know.
give, can you give? Can you-"
Right.
This is what I hear from a couple of the business owners. Everybody's always knocking on my door, wanting me to give a $25 gift certificate or so I hate to do that, but if we have the option of being able to order from somewhere, we can order some little things or something.
So your idea is that we can order 30 same items, so everybody can buy their
I
own?
would say just different.
Yeah.
Okay,
Y'all just show up with what you want to get.
okay. So,
I
and
don't have time to shop and do all that.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Come
Can I just give you, y'all just
I
take whatever you
yeah.
need to take out of my discretionary fund and I'm
Okay.
good with it.
That sounds great.
That sounds
Sure.
good for me too, because
Yeah.
I don't have
classes
time.
I'm teaching this semester.
All right.
so can
Yeah.
you buy different things so we can give away and we take out from our money?
Yes.
It's all yours.
Okay.
Gio's
Your
like,
budget.
great.
Or forever.
I'm already on that one.
He's like, okay.
I'm just thinking like, I wonder what I'm gonna get.
So when Heather brings all the receipts to you, you just divide it us and take it out of our.
Yeah, I'll forward you all before,
Okay.
and then you can reply that you approve.
Okay, that sounds good.
So we are good for that date and everybody. If you're thinking anybody else that we can invite, let Gio know, so he
I'm
can
gonna
send
be
an
out of
email.
town. I'm on vacation now.
I know, but you can send an email invitation to everybody. And I would like to invite like Chris Rusha, the heads of that departments, you know. Oh, I don't know how other people.
So how, and would you put that under like another dignitaries or like, cause you were talking about the judge and
Well, I don't know.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Was this appreciation dinner? We don't.
So it was really just what we did is I counted the boards and commission members. And
Yeah.
then we included like a staff member from each board because they all have a designated staff member and then like a handful of others, like city employees. Is
Mhm.
how we calculated that. And then we doubled it. That's how we got the 120. So
But she's asking if we need to add in the invitations, but special guests.
Be all right.
I don't think so because you just invite these invitations to those who we added to the list.
what we did is we doubled it though, so they would be able to bring the +1,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I think she's asking if we want to invite the judge and
I mean, 'cause they're
Carlos
the same,
Hernandez.
I was just saying that we did not include that in the 120, so we would have to add more people for that.
Right.
Mhm.
I almost think we should keep it to the boards and commissions.
Sure.
Yeah. Councilmember Lucas?
I'm fine with that as well, and I'm more than willing to pitch in with my discretionary funds also.
Okay. Okay, great. All right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
moving on to action items. Action item A. City manager, if you would read that out, and then I'll get a motion in a second so that we can discuss.
Item 12A approves resolution 2026-02-10, a resolution adopting the City of Alpine Community Services Grant Program Policy and Application. Finding that the policy serves a valid public purpose, acknowledging city council workshop and recommended updates, providing for implementation and providing an effective date.
I need a motion.
I have moved that we approve resolution 2026-02-10 as presented.
I need a
I
second.
second.
Okay, discussion, city manager, let you start.
Okay, so we've had several workshops regarding the policy and then the updates. And all the recommendations have been updated in the policy. And it's ready, the resolution is ready for approval.
Okay, Councilmember Portillo.
No.
Councilmember Martinez.
No comments.
Councilmember Lucas.
No, Mayor.
Councilmember Escobedo.
No.
Councilmember Stevens.
I'm good. Here we go.
Let's vote.
Hi.
Aye.
Councilmember Lucas.
Aye.
City Secretary, Council voted unanimously to approve resolution 2026-02-10. Okay. Thanks. All right, moving on to action item B, city manager, if you would read that one out, and then I'll get a motion in a second.
12B, approved resolution 2026-02-11, a resolution authorizing the City of Alpine Environmental Services Department to participate in the Keep Texas Beautiful and Texas Department of Transportation's Governor's Community Achievement Award.
I need a motion.
I move that we approve resolution 2026-02-11 as presented.
I need a second.
Second.
Okay, discussion, city manager.
So this is a program to keep cities beautiful. It's sponsored by the state of Texas. Let's see, the Texas Keep Texas Beautiful, Texas Department of Transportation Governor's Community Achievement Award designation is one way that communities across the state are recognized for community leadership, public outreach, environmental education, beautification, litter prevention, cleanup, solid waste management, and illegal dumping enforcement. The Environmental Services Division of the City of Alpine, who partners with Keep Texas Alpine Beautiful throughout the year, has applied for this prestigious designation the past 5 years, receiving first place in 2024. A first place award comes with $130,000 monetary award for the city to apply to future beautification and cleanup efforts. Non-monetary award designations add credibility and accomplishment to Alpine's expanding environmental services program. While recent GCAA winners are not eligible to place, they are encouraged to apply in order to achieve the award of excellence, scoring 90 points or higher, and sustained excellence, receiving the award for excellence for 3 consecutive years. The deadline for the Keep Texas Beautiful Texas Department of Transportation Governor's Community Achievement Award application is March the 12th, 2026. There is a $25 application fee to apply for the Governor's Community Achievement Award designation. Award winners are anticipated to be notified in May 2026.
Excellent. Okay, Councilmember Escobedo.
I have any issues with it. I think it's a great idea.
Okay, Councilmember Martinez.
I'm good.
Councilmember Lucas.
Let's see if we can win this thing again.
Yeah. Councilmember Stevens.
Good.
Councilmember Portillo.
Good.
Let's vote.
Aye.
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 Councilmember Lucas.
Aye.
All right, City Secretary, Council voted unanimously to approve resolution 2026-02-11. Okay, we've already taken care of action item C, moving on to executive reports. 6 minutes on the timer, please. City Secretary, with an additional 4 possible. Okay, so I wanted to mention that the EMS task force has a recommendation, and they have asked for it to be approved at a joint commissioners council meeting. I've got with the county judge, and March 17th at 9:30 a.m. he can call a special meeting, and I guess it'd be a special meeting for us too, so we can vote. We can make that an action item to approve that. So anyway, March 17th, I think Gio sent out a text to see if everybody can be there for this approval. Councilmember Portillo?
Yes, I told him,
You could, okay,
Aye.
yes.
Yes.
as of now, yes.
Good, I'm the one that caused the change, I think.
That's.
You better be
Yeah,
there.
so you can vote on it. Councilmember Ruckus, that would give us a quorum. Councilmember Ruckus,
I can be there.
you can be there too? Okay,
Yes, I
great.
can.
Okay, so March 17th, everybody put it on their calendars. Commissioners Court, because they have a better setup, they can put a table there for us. And then we can actually make that an action item and vote on the EMS task force recommendation. Also, I wanted to mention, so that took care of that, that Lynette Brenham, I think that's how you say her name, contacted Councilmember Portillo and myself and Henry, our city manager, I'm not sure who else, regarding the hospital district. She's the executive director of the hospital district. The big beautiful bill grant funding through the hospital district. They're the ones that can apply. And she wants to make sure the city of Alpine's included. The county is also participating. They're able to get funding. So this is a rural health transformation funding bill authorized for Texas to receive $1.4 billion for rural communities. The categories are prevention and wellness. There's about 433 million money amount that's going to be given away for that. Infrastructure upgrades, about $196 million for that. And also the access to fitness and exercise, there's money available for that to reduce obesity and create wellness programs. And basically the goal is to create community-based chronic disease prevention and reduction. She had a deadline of, I believe it was February 25th for us, Henry.
So, we're working with that spreadsheet that she just sent us to, I think today. That's some things.
And then there is, looking at my notes, it's here in Chambers, right? On Thursday, this Thursday, the 19th, from 10 to 11, she's coming to meet me and Henry, and I believe it's open to everybody if you're interested. This Thursday, the 19th, from 10 to 11 in the Chambers. We had asked her about the swimming pool. The only setback on that is we have to be completely ADA compliant in order to apply for funding for the swimming pool before we put in, step in if I must speak, before we put in our application. And as we know, our ADA lift is not working, so that would have to be repaired. And I'm not sure if our restrooms are ADA compliant. I don't know if they are ADA compliant, so there may be a little setback with that. So just think of other things that we could have for funding. Henry, of course, is leading this because he's the city manager, and he has Isadora involved.
So we went to the coconut field, and we took a little tour, and some of the things that we might can put on there is the lighting. They said that on the Little League field, the lights, I guess the internal structure is not working, so they're getting quotes on that.
Is that in conjunction with Michelle Reinhardt?
No,
her-
there's always
because
a Little
she's-
League.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's wanting us to also
Oh, yes.
contribute to
No,
that.
that's the different field.
That's a softball field.
Okay.
And then, so the coconut lighting and the fencing, also, we might add that if it's possible. And then, some plumbing for the bathrooms over there at the coconut field,
Okay,
at the Little League field.
yeah. So we do have some ideas there. Anyway, everybody put your
What day is
thinking
this?
cap on, and it is
February
meeting with
19th.
her is Thursday, the 19th is Thursday, from 10 to 11 right here. All right, and then the other thing I wanted to mention on my report is Henry is really working hard. He's gone out, he has an economic development person who is going to meet with you, me, and the judge correctly. Is that by Zoom? That's on Thursday also.
Yeah, that's Zoom.
Yes, so we are working on an economic development strategy, and I'll let Henry tell y'all more about that. Possibly in his report or. Okay. All right, good. Then that's it for me. So Henry,
Thursday, September, right?
pardon?
This Thursday, September.
This Thursday at 10 a.m. right here. Okay, and I'm gonna turn it over to Henry for the city manager report.
Okay, so this past week I met with the Realcog, the executive director Annette Gutierrez and Peggy O'Brien that works out of Marfa. I met with Rebecca Manriquez with Communities Unlimited, which does our rate study thing. TxDOT meeting requests for the Alpine Mobility Study. Met with Andy of Jacob and Martin. We actually went out to the Sky Gardens. And also Alex Valenzuela, the principal director with the Red Dune Engineering, which is the engineering firm for the investor. Met with Gio and myself. Let's see. We also met with Texas Workforce Commission, the person responsible for the local youth work program, Joseph Torres, and he's actually on the Parks Board. So, yeah. So met with AEP Fred Guerrero, met with Billy Dulacus with Enterprise Fleet, going over that program that we participate in. JT Maroney with the Avalanche newspaper. Also, Andres Ramos, which a previous mayor, BJ Ramos, it's a local citizen or local historian. Let's see, we went out to the coconut field regarding some needs out there. Let's see. Attended the Valentine's Day dance, which was really nice. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. On this. I think it's also Thursday when we have a meeting, Judge Hennington, Mayor Eves and myself. It's with a TIP Strategy. They're from Austin. They're a economic consulting firm, just to kind of engage them to see, okay, what resources can they provide the city, if available. So we'll kick off that discussion. I've worked with them in the past with another city, and they're very impressive. They know what they're doing. And a lot of times we don't see this, but there's companies, international companies, they're reaching out to Washington, DC. They're reaching out to the Capitol. Hey, they want to locate factory, plant, what have you. But we don't hear that because we're not over there. You know, a lot of times you need somebody there to see if your community is fit for what they're looking to invest. So that's kind of the idea for that. And then, but anyway, it was just a preliminary. So now regarding utility billing and finance, just a little update, the internship program that you all authorized. Victoria and Carmen have interviewed and they've hired 3 excellent students from Sol Ross. And they're working on getting their laptops and stuff like that. They already have stuff they're gonna be working on, so. Then let's see.
Yes, we're excited. Thank you so much.
Okay, so, and then the contracted services, we have 2 accountants that are gonna be helping Victoria. And they've already been, you already gave them access to the system, so they're learning the system, and then once, they don't wanna come here and then, be lost for a little while, so they gave them access to the system, they're learning, and then they're gonna come and start working with Victoria. And then you have auditors coming next month,
Yes,
the 16th, to go over fixed assets,
to go over, it's gonna be the on-site portion of the 24.
the field work. Okay, all right, so we'll move that along. And then, let's see, one other thing, there was, somebody reached out to me over, I guess, a commitment that was made prior with the previous city manager. This is with the International City County Management Association. There's a program that says, I'm introducing you to Garrison Manager. So these are military personnel from Sierra Army Depot, Vance Penn. He's a CMS FP fellow with host Henry Arredondo, City Manager of Alpine. We hope you will take this opportunity to set up a time to speak with them and learn more. So what they do, it's I guess military people that want to get into municipal management, government management. So the ICMA is an international organization. They're working through them. I will shadow him for 1 week, kind of take him around. A lot of times, the city of Alpine will get noticed or some benefit from the ICMA. What they are doing, there's going to be an orientation in Washington, D.C. It's all paid for by ICMA, and it's going to be 2 days. So with your permission, I think it's the 24th through the 26th that I will have to travel 24th, meeting 25th, 26th, and then travel back to 26th.
In February?
March.
And
so I can meet this person, and then he'll be here for a week, take him around, show him kind of how the municipal management function, and then they go back and do their fellowship program.
Okay.
But this was something that was prior to me, but I just, I don't want to say no, or, I'm new here, but I mean, I'll accommodate, if you all are okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
It's no expense to the city,
Right.
they pay for it.
Yeah.
And it's only a week, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then
Have you ever done this before, Michelle?
No, not with, I've done it in the private industry where sometimes a foreign student comes over, stays with you 6 months, and you show them the ropes, or in a manufacturing facility. So I've done it kind of like that, but
that's cool.
Not this type, but we'll do it. There's going to be a program with the local master's program. Yeah. So, but with Ms. Velasquez, she's the dean in charge of that. So I also volunteered to participate with her. So she's gonna have a student probably come over, and we'll work with them,
Good.
It's a good experience for them.
And she's also on the Parks and Rec.
Yes. And that's it.
Okay.
That's all I have.
All right. Let's see. I was gonna ask, you said you have a meet with the city manager? Is that what you said? I didn't quite hear something February 19th, 9 a.m. or what is that?
He's a city.
Oh, no, so that's the radio talk show.
City Talk.
City Talks. You're
yeah.
gonna be on City
I'm gonna be
Talks.
on City Talk.
You're gonna be on City Talks. Okay, good. All right. I wasn't quite sure what you said. Yeah. No, I mean, no, I thought he was having, like coffee with the city manager, or people can come, something like that. That's what I was trying to get. Yeah, I know he's the city manager.
I was like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Are we gonna get another one?
So I used
or-
to have meet with the mayor.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's something at some
Okay.
point to
Yeah.
do.
And
Yeah.
what is this?
This, I
City
believe the
Talks.
19th.
19th.
Yeah, the 19th.
Thursday and then
Yeah, Thursday.
right after the news.
Thursday's a busy day.
Yeah.
Councilmember Stevens.
When will we hear more about the Skyway Gardens, that whole water pressure plane discussion?
Okay, so probably the next meeting. Next
Okay,
council meeting.
super,
Yes.
okay.
Next council meeting.
Good.
Thank you.
Anybody else have questions?
Ma'am.
Councilmember Rookus, any questions?
No, ma'am. I was able to make the meeting over there with Andy and stuff, so looking forward to that discussion.
Good, good, good. That's good. Our master plumber was there for that. That's great. All right, council member comments. Councilmember Stevens, 1 minute on the clock.
Oh, done, thanks.
Councilmember Escobedo?
No.
Councilmember Rookus?
No, ma'am.
Councilmember Martinez?
No comments.
Councilmember Portillo?
No, man.
All right. So this brings us to item number 15, executive session. Pursuant to chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, the city council reserves the right to convene into executive session from time to time as deemed necessary during this meeting for any posted agenda item or to receive advice from an attorney as permitted by law. Tonight, the city council will recess into executive session pursuant to chapter 551.071, consultation with the attorney, and 551.074, personnel matters. May I have a motion to recess into executive session? May I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Let's vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Councilmember Rookus?
Aye.
Okay, so at 8:08 PM, council is moving into executive session.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, guys.
It's fully executed. We're.
Richard.
Oh, we need to have city issue flashlights.
Please.
Oh, I
For our
agree. We need
keychains.
to
That's a
get some
safety
lights
hazard
out
on the
there.
city.
I know. on-
It is dark.
It is dark.
Richard can connect them right away for our safety.
Our safe, yeah.
We also need to make sure they're dark sky.
I know, I was just thinking that.
Aren't y'all, isn't the city getting a whole bunch of,
Oh,
isn't the city getting a bunch of lights, Mayor?
What's that?
Isn't
I
the city
agree.
getting a
We
bunch
must
of
have
lights or they're
we almost
providing
failed.
dark sky lights to the city? Isn't there a program for that? That we're
Yeah, I
doing?
think it's
sorry.
for residents.
One
though.
second.
Residents, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so.
1 second. I need to do that.
Okay, may I have a motion to reconvene into open session?
We reconvene into open session.
I need a second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
No.
Let's vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Councilmember Lucas.
Aye.
All right, so City Secretary, we're moving into open session at 8:29 PM. May I have a motion for action after executive?
Mayor, I move that city council take no action after the executive session.
I need a second.
Second.
Discussion. Let's vote on no action.
Aye.
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 Councilmember Lucas.
Aye.
Okay, so there is no motion after executive session. And with that, we are adjourning at 8:30 PM. Yay.
We didn't take it, notes.
Oh,
What time we're gonna end?
That's tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, well.